watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good morning. Taking a live look over Alexandria this morning. Today is a DMV first warn day as we expect heavy rain and wind to hit our region. There are flood watches in effect in many parts of the area as well. Jackie will have more on that coming up in just a second. But thanks for starting your morning with us here on DC News Now at 6 o'clock on a Thursday morning. I'm Tanaya Wright.
And good morning. I'm Shanika Grimshaw filling in for Corey James this morning. We have Yamarie. She's tracking your commute and she'll keep you out of the delays, especially if that rain is coming down, Jackie. And it hasn't started yet.
No. So I think the morning commute should be A-OK aside from, any crashes or any other things that Yamarie is going to be tracking. But out there right now, we're just tracking the cloudy skies, but more rain will be filling its way in closer towards noon today. That is likely when really that rain will start to overspread the region. Those current temperatures, it's a warm start. Currently 62 right now in D.C. We're at 64 in Hagerstown, also seeing those lower 60s for the rest of the I-81 corridor. We do have some coastal flood alerts to talk about, though. Coastal flood watches, those are in that deeper green color on your screen. The lime green color, those are the coastal flood advisories. So we have those even all the way through at least tomorrow, even into the tomorrow morning time frame, just because this is right around those high tide cycles. We could also see the potential for some of that minor flooding around those times. Wind advisory, that's back over towards Garrett County, also for right along the Blue Ridge. And this is where we could see those gusts up to 50 miles per hour later on today. So again, rain overspreads the region later on this morning into the early afternoon. We'll see another round later on tonight. More details on that coming up. Yamarie, what's the latest on the roads?
Yeah, good morning. So right now it's 6 a.m. and traffic is starting to pick back up. We're starting to see a lot more cars out on the road. As you can take a look at I-95, 495. Things are moving pretty smoothly. So overall traffic is moving pretty good. So you should be good to go with your commute this morning. There is an incident, a crash actually happening on 295 off of Anacostia Freeway. So just be aware if you are heading in that direction, there are some delays. All right, Yamarie, thank you. 6:01, developing now. Another shooting rattles a Northeast D.C. community, leaving 5 people injured and 1 dead.
2 children are among the victims. DC News Now's Liberty Zabala is live on 21st Street with more on the search for those suspects now this morning. Liberty, good morning.
Good morning, Tanaya and Shanika. Well, just a terrifying shooting for this neighborhood. Police say that 2 suspects got out of their car here on 21st Street and started spraying bullets. Now 5 victims are recovering at the hospital. Take a good look at your screen. Do you recognize this vehicle? Police are searching for this gray or light blue colored Toyota sedan in connection to the shooting. The car has dark window tints and black rims. Metropolitan Police does not know the license plate number, but said that the car had no front tags. Police say 2 suspects got out of the car on 21st Street and started shooting. They say 1 man was pronounced dead at the scene. 2 men, 1 woman, and a 9-year-old were rushed to the hospital with gunshot wounds. None of them have life-threatening injuries. Shortly after, a 12-year-old also showed up at a nearby hospital with injuries from that shooting.
This is another example, and I've been here before in this space, of violence that we just cannot accept in our communities. My condolences go out to the families and friends who were impacted by this senseless gun violence.
And police say that at this time, there's no known connection between the suspects and the victims. They also say that that car they're searching for had a spare tire in the front passenger seat. For now, live here in Northeast D.C., Liberty Zabala, DC News Now.
All right, Liberty, thank you for those updates. In Arlington, police are investigating bomb threats sent to a local LGBTQ plus bar.
The threats directed at Freddy's Beach Bar came moments before it hosted its first drag story time last Saturday. The owner, Freddie Lutz, says the show is delayed while detectives and bomb-sniffing dogs search the bar for threats. After the search, that show continued. The community is now offering support to Lutz and his business.
We're safe here, and we're going to make sure we're going to do everything we can to make everyone feel and be safe.
Have concerns specific to the LGBTQ plus community. There is a group that they can correspond with.
Lutz says he is planning another drag story time and hopes to make the event a positive one.
Also in Virginia, 5 people hurt in a devastating house fire in Clifton. Fairfax County Fire and Rescue tell us 2 of them have serious injuries. Neighbors say the home is owned by grandparents and that a husband and wife live there with 4 young boys. Fire officials say the fire started just after 9 yesterday morning with 2 family members trapped inside. It is unclear who the 5 injured are, but neighbors describe the family as kind, well-known, and loved.
It's a tough situation. A lot of people knew the family and know the family and again, are here to support them for whatever they may need in recovery.
Fire officials tell us there's no update on the condition of the 5 people injured. The investigation into what started the fire could take several weeks.
New this morning, an Alexandria man is being charged with murder of his former partner. Police say this happened on Tuesday morning along Lantine Street in Lanham. Kevin Durr is accused of stabbing Gwendolyn McCoy multiple times during an argument. Police say McCoy was taken to the hospital where she later died. Officials say Durr was found several hours later in D.C. He is now charged with her murder. And D.C. police are investigating 2 shootings reported within a minute of each other. The first happened on Benning Road in Northeast at 11:35 last night. The other happened in Northwest on 10th Street. Police say the shootings are under investigation.
WSSC Water is responding to the new national standards for tap water. Yesterday, the Environmental Protection Agency announced the first ever limits on forever chemicals, also known as PFAS. PFAS have been linked to cancers, liver and heart issues, and developmental issues. WSSC says they've done preemptive testing and that tap water in our region already meets the standards. The company released this chart here shown on your screen, and the results say that they test the new standards, so they meet those standards there. They've added they fully support the new guidelines and that the cost to make these changes should not be passed to customers.
There could not be more important chemicals for the EPA to be tackling in drinking water.
Everybody in America needs to worry about and should have to worry about whether or not when they turn on the tap, they can use it to make their coffee.
The EPA says it will provide nearly $1 billion in funding to help states and territories meet their new standards. And Marylanders may notice a new charge on their energy bills. It's part of Empower, which helps Marylanders use less energy and reduce greenhouse gases while lowering energy costs. This increase is due to a Public Service Commission decision to eliminate a large unpaid balance that utilities had been earning returns on. State officials say it will lead to temporary price increases until 2026, but they say after 2026, the charge will be lower than if there was no increase at all.
D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser is highlighting health care policy goals later today at a conference with health professionals. It is going to touch on the progress the district has made towards health equity goals, including coverage and care. The mayor will also bring attention to new health care options east of the Anacostia River and efforts to train the next generation of health care professionals. This all starts at 11 a.m. And new details this morning out of Gaza. D.C.-based World Central Kitchen now says that an aid worker was injured in an Israeli airstrike separate from the one that killed 7 aid workers earlier this month.
Yeah, World Central Kitchen says the other strike happened within minutes and miles of the deadly one and injured a Palestinian volunteer named Amro. They say he was buried beneath rubble from the attack before being rescued and taken to a hospital where he is now recovering. President Joe Biden says Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is not doing enough to increase humanitarian aid into Gaza.
They're getting in somewhere in the last 3 days, over 100 trucks. It's not enough, but it needs to be more, and there's one more opening that has to take place in the north. So we'll see what he does in terms of meeting the commitments he made to me.
Biden has warned Netanyahu that future U.S. support for the war depends on new plans to protect civilians and aid workers.
President Biden and the Prime Minister of Japan looking to strengthen the American-Japanese alliance. Yesterday, they announced plans to upgrade military cooperation and economic ties. However, President Biden opposing a planned sale of Pittsburgh-based steel to a Japanese company. The Prime Minister supports it.
I stand by my commitment to American workers.
Investment from Japan to the U.S. can only increase upwards in the months and years to come, and we wish to cement this win-win relationship.
The two also announced a space exploration partnership with 2 Japanese astronauts planning to join NASA's Artemis moon program. Japan also plans to contribute a moon rover developed by Toyota. And the district is benefiting from the Prime Minister's visit to the White House.
Yeah, yesterday the Prime Minister announced he's gifting D.C. 250 new cherry trees. Now this comes as over 100 trees around the tidal basin are set to be removed this summer while crews work to fix the crumbling seawalls. The district's original 3,000 Yoshino cherry trees were a gift from Japan back in 1912. Officials say Japan now wants to replace the trees lost to construction when the time is right.
They'll be planted at the tidal basin, not far from the Martin Luther King Memorial. And like our friendship, these trees are timeless, inspiring, and thriving.
President Biden also says the gift of 200 cherry trees, or 250 cherry trees, will mark the 250th anniversary of the U.S. in 2026.